Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting started on the hot seat match here at the 17th annual Jay Swanson Memorial Tournament right here at Hard Times Billiards. We are live, and it's been a long weekend. Jason Shaw has been smashing his way through the brackets and made his way up here to the hot seat match with none other than Dennis Orculio, whose last victory here was at the Hard Times 10-ball event about 7 months ago, beating Shane Van Boening 9-3. Jason has, his latest victory on this table was with Bustamante, beating him 7-1. So I think you guys are going to be in for a great match. In addition to the fact that we have none other than the great Jay Helfert and Joe Rogan here to do commentary. So I just want to welcome Joe and Jay to the commentary booth. I am going to let these guys go at it. I hope that's comfortable for you. This actually will pop a little bit, so there you go. All right, so you're live, Joe.
Oh, beautiful.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's great to see you.
Great to see you, too.
And obviously, I know you're not doing this for me. You're doing this to watch some great pool, so it's awesome. I
love watching great players, and you get an opportunity if you're someone who likes pool to watch these guys play. It's a real treat, I would say that pool's like an art form that only people that practice it can appreciate watching. And if you play a lot of pool, watching guys like John Mora and Francisco and Dennis Orculio and these guys are it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch.
Absolutely, and it's only fitting that you appreciating pool are here to check it out, and I'm really glad you are, man.
Well, I've been a pool player since probably like 1990. That's when I first started playing pool.
Okay.
And
that's actually not, in pool players, relative terms for a pool player, that's actually not a long time.
Well, for me, for my age, when I was like 21 or 22 when I got hooked on pool.
Okay.
And when I lived in New York, I played basically almost every night.
Yeah.
That's all I did when I was single. I did comedy clubs, and then I went and played pool. And I played pool all night. I played pool till 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're a pretty good player, man. I mean,
thanks, man.
Actually, I've had the pleasure of seeing Joe play. We play on Mondays, and he's been showing up lately to a tournament, and it's been a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really get a kick out of playing again. I didn't play for a long time. I
took a few years off.
Yeah, I took quite a few years off. But I did this celebrity pool tournament a couple years back, and I hadn't played in years. I hadn't hit a ball in years. But everybody in the tournament was like, they really couldn't play at all. So I won that tournament and then I started playing again.
Yeah,
and it slowly crept up on me over like a couple of years, like playing on Monday nights with my buddies.
Look at this. Look, Dennis is taking a picture of us. It's going to be all, thank you. Thanks, Melinda. It's going to be a lot of glare. It's going to be a lot of glare. So are you familiar with both these players? Are you
yeah, for sure. I watched. I've seen Dennis. I've seen Dennis play hundreds of times. I watch a lot of pool matches online.
Yeah.
I've also seen him in the TAR matches. I've never seen him in person though play. It's the first time seeing him in person.
Awesome.
I've seen Shane play in person a gang of times.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw this kid was I guess it was a week or so ago. Yeah, the AccuStats match. I watched that, and that was a trippy match because they were playing on a 10-foot table, which it's incredibly different. It's amazing how much different it is. And he struggled a little bit in that match. It was a real tight match, but I'm watching him fire balls into this super tight pocketed table here.
Yeah.
This table is really tight.
The thing about Jason Shaw is he's well known. He's well known for his aggressive style of shooting.
Yeah. Well, this is a super tight table, and this kid is like firing.
He says he loves it.
In.
All right. So listen, he's actually looking over like, wait, are you going to start this or what?
Yeah.
So we're ready to go.
Yeah. He's in dead punch.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So enjoy this match, folks. It'll be...
Tell this Jay Halford fellow to calm down and keep it together.
Yeah, Jason Shaw versus, I'm sorry.
Dennis Orcullo.
Yes, Dennis Orcullo. We're ready to go.
Daniel Bush, you are the man. Yeah.
I would just like to let everybody know before Jay and I begin this broadcast that I've read his book, and it is excellent.
Thank you,
If you're
Joe.
really into like old school pool stories, Jay Halford has more old school pool stories pound for pound than anyone on the planet. And your book, Pool Wars, is really fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, I keep it in the bathroom.
Come on, man.
I read that thing in like 5-minute increments, but I went through the whole book in a year.
That's a lot of pooping, booby.
I am a healthy boy. I eat a lot of food.
Well, more Pool Wars is coming out this year.
Yes, I heard. I'm excited
Yeah.
about that. I wanted to ask you about that. Looks like Jason.
I want to
won the
read your
break.
book, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to write one, but they started telling me what to write, and I got disillusioned. I had a deal with like a publishing company, but they were like telling me it was very annoying. I didn't enjoy it, so I
Tell
gave
your
them their
own
money
story.
back.
Tell your own story,
Yeah,
baby.
I think I'm going to write a book and release it as an ebook. I think that's probably the best way to do it now.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I got to tell you that right now I sell 10 times as many ebooks as I do real
Yeah,
books.
I'm sure.
That's the thing
Yeah,
these days.
I'm sure.
I'm on Amazon and a bunch of other ones. Even I think on iTunes or something
Yeah.
like that. They're selling my book ebook. You
Yeah,
know?
those e-readers are great too. If you've never used one before, I have one of those Barnes & Noble. It's called a Nook. It's great. If I ever want a book, say if you and I are hanging out and you tell me about a book, I can have that book in like a minute on my. Bang.
You
just
got a
like
Kindle
that.
then?
Yeah, I got one of those too.
I don't have that.
I have
don't
two. I have a
that.
Nook and a Kindle. I don't have a preference. They're both pretty badass. The only difference is the Kindle you can get with built-in cell phone data. Anyway, look at this. Jason Shaw broke.
First game of the match.
First, anyway, get that book, folks, before we go any further. It's an
Joe,
outstanding book.
easy,
It really is.
Thank
good.
you, Joe.
Really
I appreciate
is
it.
good.
I
It's fun.
appreciate it. Joe, I'll tell you
honest.
what. By this point in time, there's not many pool fans out there that haven't bought that book.
Really?
Oh,
You
yeah.
saw a lot of them?
Yeah, oh, thousands.
That's awesome,
God,
man. I love to hear
God
it.
bless you, baby.
Good. I love to hear it.
God
That's
bless you,
beautiful.
baby.
I've read Road Player too, Danny DiLiberto's.
Yeah.
That's a good book as well. I even have a copy of that Buddy Hall book.
The Rifleman.
Yeah,
Rags to Rifleman.
Rifleman. I like how he hit that with spin.
Well, this is a fearless young player, 24 years old, grew up playing snooker since the time he's 5 years old, converted to pool about 3 years ago, and he's probably one of the hottest young players on the planet today.
I was watching him fire balls into this really tight table warming up, and if you don't know how tight this table is, you wouldn't be as impressed, but
Joe, this is the tightest pool table that players will play on all year in professional events. This one right here. These pockets look like snooker pockets, which probably make it very comfortable for Jason.
yeah, he really like fires balls in the hole too. Like
And
when he
you-
was warming up.
Yeah, and you notice he doesn't waste any time.
No, fearless is a good way of describing him, the way he plays, and very good and fearless.
Well, he's got his hands full in this match. He needs to run out every time he gets an opportunity.
So when did he switch over from snooker to pool?
Like 4 years ago.
Wow, those snooker players have such amazing fundamentals. You know, they spend so much emphasis on getting to use the proper technique.
Well, the interesting thing about Jason is he converted his stance, his stroke, everything. Because many snooker players that play pool still have that snooker stance, that straightforward stance.
Alison Fisher still uses it, right?
Exactly.
She never changed it, right?
But look at this guy. He looks like a
he
pool
looks
player.
like a pool player. You're right. What kind of cue does he play with, Jay?
I don't know. A Lucasi hybrid. That must be his sponsor.
Yeah, and Dennis is sponsored by Mez, right? That's
No. He uses a Tiger.
That's a Tiger?
That's the Tiger Ultra.
Oh wow.
He's been winning tournaments with that. He won the U.S. Open 10 ball. He won the
that's right.
China Open.
Alex
He just won-
Pagulayan is Mez?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
of?
there you go.
That's my mistake. I mistake my diminutive talented Filipinos.
This is interesting. I've never seen this
Oh, is he?
before.
Alex is OBQs now. We just got
Okay.
informed.
He turned the rack over. I've never seen that before. I don't know what difference it makes with the Magic rack to have it on one side or the other.
Well, it's so thin, it couldn't possibly make a difference.
He just took it off, took the balls off, and turned it over. Well,
I mean, unless it was bent funny and he felt like there was some pressure that was separating the balls. But that doesn't make sense.
game 1 to Jason Shaw. This is the hot seat match. These players are guaranteed $1,000 already.
Can you see the two?
Can
Looks
he
like
see
he
that
can see the
two ball?
two. Yeah.
Can he see enough to make it?
Yeah, I think he can. The way he plays, because he likes to use English, if he, yeah, he can hit that. I think so. It looks like he can hit it.
Hey, Joe, I heard that you've been coming down here and playing.
I played one Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've been playing at House of Billiards in Sherman Oaks. Yeah,
Right,
that's exactly
right.
how I thought he was going to hit it, but he missed it.
He couldn't see enough of the ball.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spin it.
He was. He tried to throw it in with left English,
with
but he
left
just
English.
couldn't hit enough
Yeah,
ball.
that's why I thought he was going to shoot at it, because he likes those shots that high with a lot of English.
Well, Dennis is looking at getting right where the tip of his cue is, right there. They play position on the 3-ball. This is a little bit of a tricky angle to get from the 2 to the 3. He's going to have to use a lot of inside English himself here.
So does a 3 pass by the 4? It does, right?
No,
Barely.
it does not. No, it does not. He wants to play position, shoot the 3 in the side.
Oh, I see. Or bump it? Is he going to try to
Well, that's not what he wanted to do, but you know what? It worked.
worked? You don't think he wanted to try to do that?
No, he wanted to get just a little bit further over to the left there. He's going to have to go all the way down to the end rail with the cue ball and come back for the 4.
So he cuts this in with, like, what, right?
Oh, no, look, he's trying to draw. He's trying to draw the cue ball back to the side rail. He's got to be careful with that other side pocket here. He's going to be flirting with it.
Huh. Wow,
that?
you hit that so gentle. That was beautiful.
Delicate shot. Now he looks good, this rack.
That was beautiful. Yeah, that's such a delicate touch. You know, we were talking earlier about Francisco Bustamante's cue, that it's a 22-ounce cue. Have you ever picked that thing up?
Yeah, it feels like a break cue.
What's up with that?
You know, to each their own,
Yeah,
Joe.
that's amazing, though.
It's
amazing.
probably that way in UFC with the equipment those guys use too. Each player, I mean, look at
Oh,
Earl
yeah.
playing with a 70-inch cue. Everybody else uses a 58-inch cue. He uses a cue that's a foot longer.
Yeah, well, he's got Stevie Moore hypnotized, too. Stevie Moore does that now, too.
Well, Stevie played in this tournament. He didn't too well. He finished down in the money. He got like $100 back. I told him, well, you got gas money to get to Reno. This was an exceptionally strong field this weekend at the Swanee. Probably a couple dozen world-class players in this field.
Yeah, these two guys right now, you could easily see these two guys in the finals of the World 9-Ball Championship. No doubt about it. Either one of them has the possibility. And Dennis, it's like, such a pleasure to watch this guy play. And really to watch both of these guys play. They're both playing so smooth.
Well, Dennis is an established star in professional pool. He's won many major tournaments. He just won that Bigfoot Challenge, the 10-ball challenge 2 weeks ago at Derby City. Jason is a rising star. He's coming up fast.
Yeah,
I would say
he's very impressive.
Yeah, he hasn't really established himself yet. He doesn't have any major wins, although he's been winning tournaments on that Joss Northeast Tour with many good players, but he hasn't won a major tournament yet. And
Well,
this would not qualify. This is a regional event.
Right. It was really interesting watching him go game for game with Bustamante on that 10-foot table, that Akistats match. That table's really hard. That's a really tricky table. It's amazing how much a difference that extra foot of table makes. I'm watching him on this, and he's just firing balls in.
You missed his match earlier today where he played Francisco. Francisco had him 4-3, missed a ball. He closed out the match. He never let Francisco back to the table.
That's amazing.
He was the one that put Francisco on the loser side.
But it's such a treat to get to see stuff like that. If you're a pool player, to see someone playing at such a high level.
Well, we're watching two of the best in the world right here.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this packed house, Joe. This is the way it's been all weekend. There's several hundred people packed in here, several thousand watching on the internet right now.
Yeah, this place is the last of the Mohicans, I mean, there's so few real pool halls like this left.
Yeah, world-class pool rooms.
This is the greatest one. I mean, it's like that scene in The Hustler, This is Ames, mister.
I'm not sure what Dennis was doing. He was over there conferring with Ernesto Dominguez. What about, I don't know. Ernesto's playing a loser's bracket match right now with Shane Van Boning.
Maybe he asked Ernesto what pocket not to shoot into, which is the one that's only 3 7/8 inches.
That's the one that he's leaning over right now. They call it the devil. Actually, these two pockets close to us, they're the devil pockets on this table. Everybody's missed balls on this table.
It's a rough table. He's spinning this ball in. Wow.
Sweet touch right there.
It's so fascinating to be up close watching guys play and see the variations in their stroke and their techniques. There's no real one way of doing things. Everybody's got their own way of holding on to the cue. Everybody's got, they're like Francisco. Try learning, watching that guy stroke a ball. You'll pull your
that
head
big
out.
windmill stroke.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And
it's the ultimate Filipino stroke.
Yeah, and he addresses everything like one way and then goes. He doesn't really address it the way you think he's going to shoot it.
That's what I always say. There's instructional books that tell you to stand this way, stroke that way, but there's as many styles as there are pool players.
Yeah, it's so different. And especially the Filipinos, they just have this really unusual, loose flair. It's like a lot of my friends who play pool, all their favorite players are Filipino. And that's pretty amazing when you stop to think about it. One small little chain of islands, and they produce the greatest, most interesting pool players in the world.
Well, over there, pool players are celebrities. This man right here, he's famous in the Philippines. He's recognized on the street. The pool players in the Philippines are as well known as, say, golfers or tennis players are here.
It's a shame that it's not like that with pool players here. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like pool's had these resurgence in the past, whether it was from The Color of Money or from The Hustler before that. And, I've always felt like people just forgot how fun it is. That it's not like it's a dying game. It's a game that needs to be introduced to people properly.
Joe, I work on shows in Asia where there's 10, 15 million people watching. They're watching in Asia, they're watching in Europe, and yet it's not aired in the United States. If it does, it airs months later, in a highlight version.
Yeah, pool needs something, some sort of a TV show or something, like Real Housewives of Pool. That's
we've talked about that. Who knows? One of these days when you got a little free time, but you're a busy guy. You're a busy guy.
Dudes who own pool halls and crazy bitches they're married to, and just have them drunk on the show every day.
Stop talking about me like that, man. Come on, I thought we were friends.
Meanwhile, how smooth did he just hit that 7-ball?
Did you know, Joe, I've owned 4 pool rooms in my life? I put 22 years into pool rooms.
You owned one as recently as the last decade, right?
Yeah, 6 years ago I closed the one in Hollywood Park, which was a great pool room. Boy, he's got a stretch. These little Filipinos can really stretch. This guy's only 5'4".
He's out.
This is a guy, this is a champion. He knows how to win tournaments. You'll see him play his best pool at the end.
Yeah, he has amazing composure. He's always very calm when he plays. You could learn so much just watching the way he addresses the ball.
Joe, I think I told you, he's been staying in my house since Derby City for the last 2 weeks.
You got to step up your headset game, son. This shit's ridiculous.
Joe, there's a reason why a guy like Dennis Arculio is a top player. Do you know he practices 10 or 12 hours every day?
Wow.
I mean,
well,
it's not an accident.
To hit that level and the level he's hitting in the middle of ferocious competition. What do you think about soft breaking like that? Is that shocking to you that he did that?
No. The interesting thing is,
because of the magic rack?
Sometimes he soft breaks, and if it works, he keeps doing it. And if it doesn't work, he might break hard next time.
Mm-hmm. He's just trying to check out the table.
Yeah, he's checking to see how it breaks. Now, that break didn't work. You may see him hit him harder next time. All he wants to do with the soft break is make a ball and have a look at the one.
Right.
I'm not sure if Jason can see enough of this one ball to cut it in the side. That's what he's looking at. This is almost like that one ball he missed 2 racks ago. Can he see enough of it? All the balls are bunched down table there. Nothing is up table here.
He doesn't like it. He keeps getting off it.
Well, he could always play safe. He could always push out. But this is a guy that's very offensive-minded.
Yeah. Do you think he has to spin that ball in? Is that what's going on?
He's going to have to use some right English. Yeah,
he played safe.
Yeah.
He played safe. So now, what do you do when the magic rack is trapped?
Leave it there. You can shoot right over it. They won't try to move it until
the 9 ball's down.
Or they may even shoot the 9 ball with it right there.
What do you think about those little circles that people put down on tables that are like semi-permanent? Do you like that?
They almost look like those things you use in a notebook.
Exactly. Exactly. They're big in Japan. So am I. I'm huge in Japan.
You're not doing bad in the USA either, buddy.
I mean, they're small people. Follow me, Jay. Jesus. Get it together. He's huger. Yeah, you must look like a giant wandering through those
Joe,
people.
can you see? Is he shooting straight at the one?
No, he's not. No, he can't. I think he can only clip the bottom side of it.
So that was a good safety by Jason.
Yeah, I think he's trying to cut it in that way. Is he trying to do that? What I'm thinking he's trying to do?
No.
No way. He can't, but he could hit that side of the one. Oh, he kicked at it. Oh, wow. He almost made it. Wow. That's incredible. Right in the drink.
Ooh. Ball in hand.
I thought he was going to try to cut it into this lower or his upper right corner.
He just couldn't see enough of the ball.
Yeah.
And he was doing exactly what he wanted to do there. He tried to kick it towards that corner.
He came remarkably close when you think about how tight these pockets are and how long a kick that was, and the fact that, Baby powder, the scorn of room owners. The scourge of room owners all over the world.
No, chewing gum is.
Oh, yeah, right?
You never sell chewing gum in a pool room because it ends up under the rails of every pool table, every cocktail table, every chair.
Jay Halford, how old school are you? You're pretty old school, right? What do you think about the proliferation of billiard gloves? Do you have an opinion on that? It seems to be like a fashion issue with people.
Well, it seems to work because with a glove on, you don't need powder. You don't need anything like that. I mean, even Shane Van Boning's used a glove.
I find it hilarious, though, that there's this macho thing about not wearing a glove. I've heard dudes make fun of dudes who wear gloves.
Well, they've been around for years, Joe. They're nothing new. They've been around 30 years, but it's only, I'd say, in the last 5 years where you've got pro players that are using them.
Right.
Manny Chow uses one.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shane's using one today or not.
Yeah, Shane's using one. Yeah,
okay.
He uses one. I just think it's hilarious when people make fun of it. It's just such a weird thing.
Yeah, well, they quit making fun of it when they see that it works.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shaw's out again. He just bumps off this rail, one rail for the 8. Perfect. He's hitting him so good. And you're right, he never had to move the rack.
He's going to shoot right over that rack.
He's one of those dudes that's spooky to play, too, because when he gets out really quick. So like you could take your time and slowly move through a rack, and then you miss, and he gets out in like 30 seconds. It's demoralizing.
Yeah, that's a little intimidating when you got a guy that just
Earl in his prime.
Yeah, Earl was very intimidating.
He was terrifying. First of all, everyone knows he's unhinged, and he's super talented. And he would go at warp speed. He would two-stroke everything and fire it right to the heart of the hole while he was talking trash to you. It was very uncomfortable.
Joe, I used to direct all those major tournaments when Earl was in his prime in the 80s and 90s. And let me tell you, you know what a package is when a guy runs 5 or 6 reps?
Yeah.
He would hit you with a package every single match.
Yeah, he was. People who only get a chance to see him now, he's still an amazing player. But I don't think they realize.
Yeah, he's not half the player he was.
But he's still world class. He's still capable of beating anybody in the world.
But at one time, he was dominant.
Yeah.
He was dominant.
No, you're right. Yeah, he really was.
While Jason's looking at this, we want to thank our main sponsor, OBQs, Kamui Tips and Chalk, Go Play Pool, Solaris Incorporated, and Virtual Pool, Q2U.com, Max Eberle's Pro Pool School. All these people have helped out Max Eberle's Academy, Q Sports International, and, of course, Mr. Joe Rogan, who has joined me in the booth.
With powerful Jay Helfert.
I want a rematch from our last game, Joe. I mean, I got a little
You don't want
tired.
none of this, son. So do you think Jason cuts this down the rail? Is he feeling that confident?
No, he's playing safe all the way here. Yeah.
He was so close to the ball, I wondered if he was going to cut it because he was slicing those down the rail in practice.
He could, but why take a chance in this spot?
Yeah. I don't know if he was feeling it. He could get natural position on the 2. Better to get out than the...
He's going to be careful playing this guy right here.
I mean, who am I to ever question anybody's shot-making decisions? That's not what I'm doing. I just would wonder. He's got a very aggressive game.
If he was playing somebody like you or me, he would shoot at it in the middle.
Maybe you.
Maybe you, not you,
me.
not you.
Me, he would sense danger. He would smell the, or at least deodorant.
John Moore is leading in his match. That's a 5th and 6th place match.
I was watching him play Francisco while you guys were commentating, and man, what a stroke that kid has. It's beautiful to watch. He's got amazing fundamentals. Like the way he gets out, it's like it's really educational. As is Dennis, you know. Wow, nice kick. Look at this. Did he kick it?
Well, he's got him dead hooked here behind the 9.
Do you find that with guys that come over from snooker that things like masse shots or curving the cue ball is more alien to them?
Much more so.
So a shot like this.
Good point there.
So a shot like this that like to a guy like Johnny Archer, this is like a routine shot.
Yeah, this is a learned skill for the snooker players.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to know. And then especially guys when they switch over to low deflection cues, then it gets real odd.
See, look, he's trying to masse this ball, Joe.
Yeah, he's going to do what we thought he was going to do.
He's got to swerve around this 9 ball. Boy.
Nice. He hit it very nice. Oh, he didn't make it? Wow. That was perfect, too. You know, he hit that. You could tell he's hit that ball a million times. He knows exactly what it's going to do when he hits it with his cue at that angle. That was awesome to see.
The biggest difference between snooker and pool is the cue ball is larger and it's got more mass, and they have to learn how to control this big cue ball.
And you don't have to dress like a dork. That's a big part of the problem. Snooker players should play with powdered wigs on. Just go all the way. Just play like an old judge. Oh, I spit it out on him.
Well, he's all right here. He's all right. No, he made a combination there, so he's all right. He's got a cue over the 5 ball, but he should be okay.
Well, I was watching John Mora get out. I'm doing double dipping here. I really enjoy watching that kid shoot. He always hits balls like the perfect speed.
Look out here. Look out here. He's in trouble.
Oh.
This is nerves right here.
You think?
He lost his stroke on that shot. And he's in a jam right now.
While Mora is playing on this other table, Jay, I was saying that he's one of those kids that always seems to be hitting the ball the exact right amount. Like, it's so gentle, but the ball just goes right in the hole. Like, you never see him muscle a ball. Even when he's punching a ball, like to go 2 rails with it or something like that, it's really like a gentle stroke. Really interesting watching
Good
these guys.
observation, Joe. Well, he
Look at
made a
this.
good here. He's going to give up a shot. Oh, watch out. Okay.
Oh, he gave
Do
it
you
up.
know John developed his game in the Philippines? He was a good player 2 or 3 years ago, but he went over there and spent most of the last 2 years in the Philippines. He's come back a much better player.
Do you know how I know that? Because I listened to your commentary, Jay Halford.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Thank you, Joe.
I listened to one of these matches that you did.
Okay.
It was him and oh man, I'm trying to remember who it was. But you were doing commentary on his match. You were talking about how him going over to the Philippines really improved his game. So what did he do? Just went over. He played for the side. Wow, he drew back for the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think he meant to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. He played every day with Philippine. You know, Joe, in the Philippines, there's 100 great players that have never come to this country.
Right.
To get a visa to come to the United States and play, you have to win like a national championship or something.
Wow.
Pool in the Philippines is like it was in the USA in the 70s, where there's a zillion pool rooms, and in every pool room there's people that play. And Joe, they all play for money.
Wow. Dennis got that in so smooth.
Well, he
Is
didn't
he
want
jacked up over
no,
that?
he's okay.
No, it's
He
on the
almost
side of it.
was. That
Yeah.
would have been a disaster. John Moore is running away with that match. He's going to be up 4-1, and this will put Dennis ahead 3-2. Well, while you got a minute here, Joe, tell us what's on deck for you. What's the next big UFC or
Well,
MMA or?
We just had a UFC this weekend. It was the first ever women's fight. Ronda Rousey and Liz Carmouche. It was the headlining fight. It was for the female bantamweight title. It's pretty crazy. So that was here in Anaheim, which is real close to this. Otherwise, I would have entered into this. I wanted to play in this and get slaughtered, but enjoy it. You know, it's like I was saying to my friend Farrow earlier, there's no other sport in the world where a guy like me can sign up for a tournament and play a guy like Dennis Arculo. You know, it's like playing Tiger Woods in golf.
Exactly.
Like, all of a sudden, you can easily match up with him in the first round.
Well,
you know?
in this field of 192 players, there were probably 40 or 50 players just like you that got in for the experience, had a good time.
Yeah.
And if they win a match, they're happy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. It's really fun. I love playing in tournaments, you know, and especially the hard times. I came down here once for the first of the month tournament, but I used to do that. I used to play in the Sunday tournament here like every week when I lived in Hollywood. Back when I was young and single and didn't have a care in the world, Jay Halford.
Footloose and fancy free. I remember those days.
All that stuff.
I remember those days.
You wrote about those days, son.
Yeah. How many kids you got now?
I have 3.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have 3.
Boy, you're prolific, man.
Yeah, I have good sperm.
You're not messing around.
No, I don't even try. I don't even try.
What are their ages?
I have a 16-year-old. I have a almost 5-year-old and an almost 3-year-old.
So you had a little gap there.
Yeah.
5 and a 3-year-old, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, they're
That's
fun.
fun.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I love being a dad. It's my favorite thing. I teach them to play pool a little bit. They just use shafts only.
That's
just
that's
poke
how you
balls.
start them out. That's how you start them out.
They just sort of poke balls into holes. But they love doing it just for a goof. People like making balls disappear. That's why I never understood 3-cushion billiards. It's like there's no satisfaction. Where's that ball going? It's just rolling around like a...
You know, Joe, kids are fascinated by pool.
Yeah.
All kids are.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, there's
so
a
he wants to
dispute.
jump with his break cue. Now they're asking about this. Bill Stock is the tournament director, not us.
We need to get Bill Stock on that.
The question
Because
is,
it's a
can
phenolic tip? Is that what it
the
is?
question is, can you jump with the break cue or only your playing cue? Let's see what Bill... We've been wondering about this all day. Yeah, they're going to let him... That's what I
Well,
thought.
it's the full length.
Yeah, you can jump with that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those break cues, especially when they're real light with phenolic tips. It's so much easier to get over the ball. Like, he would never attempt this ball with his low deflection shaft. It's just not going to... You can't make it hop.
Well, this is a hard jump shot anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's so close to that 7 ball.
Oh.
And he failed to execute it. Gives up ball in hand to Dennis.
Yeah, it's not easy to jump over a full ball like that.
Let me tell you something, Joe. I've seen this guy has worked on jumping the balls with his break cue. Dennis can jump with a break cue. It looks like he's using a jump cue. Wait till it comes up.
What weight is his break cue? That has a lot to do with it.
I'm not sure.
Because if you got one of those Louisville Slugger 27-ounce break cue, like a lot of people like to play with like really heavy break cues, right?
Yeah.
Like I know somebody told me Frankie Hernandez has a 27-ounce break cue.
Could be. Meanwhile, John Mora's on cruise control over there.
Yeah, beautiful to watch. And Dennis. Yep.
You don't have to give this guy much air.
No. Well, he's so consistent, you know.
So you were telling me we just had a great women's
Yeah, it was,
MMA match yesterday?
Yeah, I was down here doing stand-up Friday night, too. I was at the Grove in Anaheim. I did that Friday night. And then last night was the big UFC event. And I was just as excited to come down here and check this out.
Well, I know you enjoy pool just as much as you do the fighting, the martial arts.
I really do. I watch a lot of pool still on the internet mostly. I DVR it if it comes on. Meanwhile, Dennis got out again.
4-2 Orculio. We're racing to 7. The loser here is not eliminated. Actually, if you're going to lose a match in a tournament like this is the one to lose because you've only got to win one match and you're back in the finals.
Right, and if you do go to the finals and you're on the one-loss side, how does that work? How is this tournament set up?
They play a single-set finals. It's a longer match. I think the finals is a race to 11.
So it's possible that the person who's on the winner's side the whole time can lose one match and then come in second place in the tournament.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Are you in favor of that, or do you like it where the guy has to beat you twice because he's on the one-loss side?
You know, to tell you the truth, Joe, as a tournament director, I like the one-set final because by the time it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to sit there and have to endure 2 sets.
Right. But
that's why they play a longer set.
If time wasn't an option, though, what would you think?
Well, the fairest thing is true double elimination.
Yeah.
True double elimination is you have to beat the guy twice.
Yeah, you have to beat the guy twice. I think that's how it should be. It just seems wrong to me. Damn, that's a nice break. That's a big difference. Boy, he smashed those balls. But no shot on it, too. Does he bank this?
Well, he could. If he likes the look of it, he could bank that 2 cross side. But But it's a nice safety here, Joe. Mm-hmm. He can send that 2-up table and hide the cue ball behind the 6-9-7. Yeah. Or he could go the other way. He could come off the top side of the 2-ball and hide the cue ball behind those balls. The 2-ball behind those balls.
And if he banks it, he would have to settle for a long shot and a 3 to this upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, he'd have to try to get the cue ball back there. Yeah, this is a
where
safety. This is a safety. You can tell the way he's cueing on this ball. I think we're going to see the cue ball come our way. Oh, look at this. He went the other way. Well, that was not the best safety. That's not the best safety. There's distance here, but he didn't want to let Jason look directly at the ball.
Right.
John Mora just buzzing through Brian Butler. It's 5-1.
Shane's over there playing Ernesto.
Yeah, he's leading 2. A little closer. It looks like it's 3-1 over there. You can probably see the score better than me. You got those young eyes, man.
Do you like the Armenian gangster look that Shane's pulling off?
He's wearing a sweatsuit that says Manny Pacquiao on the back, and I don't really understand what that's all about.
Maybe I hope somebody gave it to him.
I think it's an acknowledgement to the great Filipino players because, Manny's their hero.
Oh, maybe it's a good move.
Yeah,
maybe it's a good move. Keep them from robbing you if you win.
Manny is like you. He's an avid pool player. I know. You know that.
I do know. I heard he's very good.
He plays about your speed. I want to match you 2 up sometime.
I would love to do that. Yeah. But didn't
with Joe, Manny Pacquiao. Joe, I've seen Manny play for tens of thousands of dollars.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Didn't his wife get him to swear off pool or something, though?
Everything.
I heard
pool,
that.
Everything. Drinking,
That sounds like he needs to get rid of his wife.
He used to own a poker room. We had so much fun with Manny in the Philippines, but he's disappeared.
Yeah. Someone needs to... Oh, wow. Hit the 6. Somebody needs to talk to that dude.
And notice when he gave up all that stuff, now he loses a fight. He loses 2 fights.
Yeah, man needs a little pool in his life.
He needs a little fun.
Yes.
He loved it. He used to
Yeah,
love it.
of course he did.
He was in the middle of all the action over there.
Yeah, but if you're on a heavy Catholic vibe and someone's trying to clean you up, get you all ready for the Lord,
Yeah, I'm like you. You got to be yourself. You got to be who you are.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't exactly totally know who they are, Jay Helfert, and they're playing games. And they go around quit pool
Well,
for Jesus.
he wants to, be a good husband, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In the Philippines,
Yeah.
it's heavy Catholic
Yes.
background
yeah.
there.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. He wants to be a good dad, And look, he lives a crazy life. He's a professional fighter. They're very impulsive, So I bet he probably feels like
he should quit fighting
yes.
after that last one?
Yes. This
He
is
got
why
hurt, didn't he?
Yes,
He got hurt.
Yes. This is why I think he should quit fighting, because he's going to quit eventually. Okay, no one fights forever, right? And that he's had an amazing, amazing career. He's accomplished incredible things. I mean, he's got 8 different belts. I mean, that's insane. It's unprecedented. It's unheard of.
And he's well set
yes,
financially,
exactly. He's well set. And on top of that, he has aspirations that are political that he could really, really pay attention to if he wasn't concentrating on his
He is
competitive.
a senator there.
Meanwhile, Jason Shaw gets out again, looking
4-3.
slick.
4-3.
Yeah, he. I think Manny's. I think Manny's an exceptional guy, and he can do anything he wants to do.
He's so popular in the Philippines. I was in his hometown, General Santos, but they call it Gen San over there. Everywhere, it's businesses with his name on it.
I'm sure.
He owns a lot of businesses,
I'm sure.
a lot of real estate. He owns property all over the Philippines.
Look, I can only imagine. But, my point being that he doesn't want to take any more damage like that. It's just not necessary because, you're not going to enjoy your retirement. And you have so much money, and everybody has to stop at one point in time. Why not now?
I guess it gets into your blood, though.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he wants to fight.
He's a warrior.
He's a warrior.
He's one of the
right.
great. Look, he's one of the greatest boxers of all time. You don't get that way by not having an undeniable passion for the sport. And I'm sure he still has the passion for the sport. It's just, I'm a big fan of guys getting out before there's too much damage. I think it's so important. It's like the sport has so many stories of guys who got out too late and got injured and hurt.
Speaking of that, while we're watching Jason run this rack, there was a pool player who used to hang around in here. If you look him up on Google, his name, Bobby Hernandez. He once fought for the light heavyweight title about 20 years ago. He fought a little bit too long, and he was ghoul-headed.
Oh yeah.
He could he talked like how you.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me, man.
And he was a 40-year-old man.
I've met people and met them when they were young and been with them their whole life and then seen them when they're 40 and they can't talk.
Well,
it's not just one.
Who was a greater fighter than Muhammad Ali, and look what it did to him.
True, but Muhammad Ali took an amazing amount of punishment, especially like later in his career.
Yeah.
After the government suspended him for 3 years, they wouldn't let him fight. They took away his license. He didn't train. He didn't do anything because he was the type of guy that only trained if he was fighting. So for 3 years, he ate potato chips and complained or did whatever he had to do to try to get his license to box back again. So when he came back, that's when he started taking all that punishment. He didn't move the way he used to move. He didn't have the same athleticism. He didn't have the same speed. He didn't have the same endurance. You go look at Ali before he retired in '67 when he fought Cleveland Big Cat Williams.
I saw all his fights. He was the greatest.
He was amazing, but he got robbed of the three of the best years of his competitive career. Yeah,
I mean, he was like 28 or 29 years old.
Yeah, and when he came back, by the time he fought Frazier, he really still wasn't even in shape yet. He was nothing like what he used to be when he was at the top.
I think they were great fighters back then. In my opinion, Joe Frazier would have beat Mike Tyson.
I think you're smoking crack. And whatever you're smoking, keep it away from me. Mike Tyson would have ran through him like a hot samurai sword through a tab of butter.
Really?
He would have never been able to keep up with that speed, power, the ferocity. Mike Tyson in his prime, for a guy that height, no one would have stood in front of him. The only guys that would have had any chance at all are guys who are movers. Ali, when he was Cassius Clay, Ali, when he fought Liston, he might have had a chance because he could drag you into the later rounds, and he had great endurance and great footwork, and he could take a hell of a punch. You need to be able to take a hell of a punch if you fight a guy like Tyson. And Joe Frazier, if you look at what Foreman did to him, Tyson would have done it a lot quicker.
I never told you the story. I saw Tyson fight his fifth fight. I knew Bill Caton and what was the guy's name? The great handball player, is it Joe? Oh, you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, he was a great guy.
He was
a
the
terrific
manager, right? He was the
Yeah.
one who was the archivist who did all those documentary things
I think he was
on
the
old
greatest
fights.
handball player that ever
Yes.
lived. And he was a guy about your size and your build. Anyway, I saw Tyson's fifth fight. And I'll tell you real quick, a big guy comes into the ring. They brought me over there. I was at Resorts directing a pool tournament. They brought me over to the showroom where he was fighting. They said, you got to see this fight. First guy comes out. It's a great big guy, 6'5", 250 pounds. I thought that was his fighter. They said, that's not our fighter. Now here comes this short guy. He's only like 5'9".
Wow, he bumped
But I'll
that.
never forget.
Look at that shot. That was a very controlled shot. He had to
He's
bump
going
that
into the
9.
lead. He's going into the lead.
Yeah, that's a 3-pack, right?
So anyway, Joe,
We're talking about all kinds of things. Meanwhile, there's an awesome game going on.
Yeah. Tyson had thighs as big as my waist. You know, he was so powerful. Now they fight. It's the first round, okay? Tyson's undefeated. He's had 4 first-round knockouts. Now this is his 5th fight. He fought a guy named Arthur Smith. I'll never forget this. At
Daniel's
Resort.
trying to say you're talking too loud.
Okay. Anyway, it's about 45 seconds through the first round. I never saw anything like it. Tyson hit him a blow right in the middle of his chest, like over his heart. The guy was down and out and couldn't get up for 5 minutes. It killed him.
You don't want that dude punching you, ever. Wow, 3-3 Shane versus Ernesto.
And meanwhile, your man John Moore is 6-1 over Brian Butler. Jason Shaw.
And he just soft braked and made how many balls?
He made 3 balls.
Wow, he made 3 balls with a really gentle break.
But look at this blood test he's got on the 1 ball. The length of the table.
So does he roll this in?
That's the way you got to play it. That's the way you got to play it.
Do you play it for the side? Do you roll it in and go down below the 9
No,
and shoot it in the side?
He wants to roll the 1 in the corner and roll all the way down town table and shoot the 2 up in this corner towards us.
Does he have that angle? I don't think he has that angle. I think he's going away from the. I think the only chance is to either to run into the 9, or I don't think he can go in front of the 9.
I don't think he's playing safe here. I think he's shooting at this ball.
Is he going to just slow lag it?
Yeah, slow roll it.
Yeah, he's. Oh wow,
Look at
he's
this.
holding
Look at
it.
this.
He's holding it. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Wow.
Boy, look at that. He played perfect position, too.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
he's-
a shot he just tried?
That's a lot of control.
Yeah.
That's such. You got to trust the table a lot. I don't trust any table that
the
much.
table rolled good.
Yeah.
Jason's
A little bit.
looking
You
at
say it
us.
rolled off a little? I think it rolled off a little too.
That was
I think.
an amazing attempt at a very difficult shot to slow roll that ball from that distance to play. And look at this. He played perfect shape on the 2 if he'd have made it.
I thought he would either do that. I had a feeling, or drop down. You see the path of the cue ball. If he can go somewhere between the 9 and the 6, he can maybe play the 2 in the side. So maybe if he hit it just
that
a little
was
bit
severe
more.
angle.
Yeah.
He did the right thing. He just didn't make the ball. Well, Dennis looks good here now. Meanwhile, all I see is John Moore shooting every time I look over there.
Yeah, he's a killer. He's playing really good in this tournament. Fundamentals.
That's for the match.
Perfect.
He's got the 8 and 9 for the match. He's gone through this guy like a knife through butter. A hot knife.
Yeah, he is playing exceptionally well.
Shane goes ahead 4-3.
Look at Moore, a perfect position over there. As is Dennis.
I'm kind of surprised Brian Butler didn't even give him this last 9 ball. I don't think John's going to miss it.
Yeah, what a murderer's row we're watching here, Jay Helfert. You got Shane and Ernesto over here, Dennis and Jason Shaw over here, John Morris. How many racks has he run over there?
Like 4 racks, and
Boom.
that's it.
That's it.
Boy, he blew him away.
Man, he's a killer.
Now, John will play the winner of that match, Shane Van Boning and Ernesto.
All right, that just put Dennis on the hill, right?
No, it's
No?
5-5.
It's 5-5.
Jason had 5. This is a hell of a match right here.
Yeah, it is. I thought, what were they right before this?
Jason's still talking about that 1 ball that hung up. But that's the danger of slow rolling a ball like that.
Okay, yeah, it's 5-5. Yeah, it's very tricky.
This is probably like in UFC, a 2-round fight. It's quick.
Yeah.
Race to 7 with these guys, it's quick.
Yeah, I really love those action report matches where they play. I used to love the race to 100s, but even now, the 3 days of 25 games. Actually, they made it 27, race to 27 each day now because they changed the pockets.
Well, I'm going to clue you in on something, Joe, and I don't know, but I'll let the audience know out there. Tomorrow night, Alex Pagulayan and Scott Frost are playing a $40,000 one-pocket match in here at Hard Times.
Oh, yeah?
So if you are one-pocket aficionados, this is the place to
Or
be.
if you're a gangster looking to hold up the joint, listen to you, Jay Halford, you
Oh,
action
no, this money
knocker.
will be locked up in the safe. Believe me.
Locked up in the safe.
Oh, yeah, they're
Haven't
gonna
you ever
safe
seen Heat? Safes don't stop true gangsters. You tell them there's $30,000 and they got to bail their
No,
mama
40.
out of jail.
No, 40. No,
Whatever
40.
it is. That's a lot of money.
Well, let me tell you, the gangsters that put up the money for matches like that,
Yeah. I wish it wasn't one pocket so I could watch it and enjoy it.
well, a lot of pool fans love one pocket.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
Meanwhile, we got a hell of a match going right here. I think we're going to see if safety.
So Dennis scoots behind the 9 and
9
7.
and 2, 9-2. Oh,
Oh, he banked it. He banked
made
it in.
that ball.
Wow.
That was a two-way shot. If he misses it, he doesn't leave Jason anything. And if he makes it, look at this. He's straight in the 2 on the side.
Wow.
Big-time shot there by Dennis Orculio.
Yeah, that was pretty sporty.
2 weeks ago, he won the initial Bigfoot Challenge at Derby City, picked up 20 grand. Nice payday.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Dennis has got a good angle here on the 3 to come up table for the 4. Nice stroke he put on that ball. This is what he wants. He wants that cue ball to bounce off the rail just a couple inches. I think
Yeah,
he'll-
one of the things watching Dennis is how he's always on the right side of the ball. It's so rare that he makes an error in going from ball to ball.
Well, he's looking to get in position to shoot the 6 in the side past the 8 ball. That's the natural position. Just roll forward. See,
Yep.
Joe, it's all about speed control. They get the cue ball just in the right place. Now, I'm not sure if he went far enough to hold. Can he hold it for the 7 ball, or has he got to go down table? No, he could, yeah, just slow roll it. No problem. He'll probably come across table and shoot the 8 in the same side pocket he just shot the 6 in.
He went,
Boy, he used the whole pocket there.
yeah. And is
That's the
he
professional side of the pocket.
plays this with left, just bounced off the rail? Yeah,
Nice call, Joe Rogan.
thank you.
Joe, I remember when you did the tournament at Hollywood Park.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
1996.
Back in the day, man. What was the organization called back then?
That was the
It was
PCA.
PJ Wiley's.
PCA.
Yeah.
Professional Q Sports Society. I was the tournament director.
Yes,
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember, buddy.
We go back a long way.
We do. We go back a long time. That was
I've
me
got-
and Tony Anagoni.
Did I send you the DVD?
Yes, you did. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
you did.
Good,
Thank
good.
you. And then C.J. Wiley. That was before C.J. Wiley had that thing with Earl Strickland where he ran 10 racks for $1 million.
That
and
was the next
They
tournament.
didn't pay
8
him.
months later, well, he did finally get paid. They finally made a settlement.
But it wasn't all of the money, right?
Well, it was a healthy settlement. Let's just say that.
Healthy's $1 million. The dude ran 11 racks.
Well, he was supposed to get $50,000 a year for 20 years. I think they gave him like a $300 lump sum. That
Oh
ain't
yeah,
bad.
well,
That ain't
that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, yeah, that was an amazing feat of pool playing prowess.
I was there. I racked the balls the last 5 racks. Someday that DVD is going to come out because CJ's got it.
Why doesn't he release it? CJ has that?
Yeah, he's making a documentary about that feat.
Well, he wants like a ton of money for that table. He's got that table. and he was, putting it up on AZ Billiards or something. Serious inquiries only. It's a piece of history.
I told him, I said, listen, if you ever release that DVD, I said, you're going to sell thousands of them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was Earl at his scariest.
At his best.
Yeah, and when he, by the way, if you've ever heard how he played, he was firing balls in. It wasn't like a careful surgical rack. It was just talent and skill. Wow, what a break.
Look at this break shot at 6'5". Look at this break
He's
shot
out.
he came up with.
He's out. If he's not going to hit the 3, right? He's just going to...
Hey, Joe, you notice he didn't soft cut that break shot, did he?
No, he smashed that.
Yeah.
But he was sort of testing the waters on this table.
He may go 3 rails for position on the 3 ball. You know what I mean? Bring the cue ball all the way up table, back around for the 3.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to slow roll this ball.
Well, if he just bunts it, though, it looks like the 2's higher or
It is
closer to us. So if he just catches the edges ever so gently, do you think he takes that chance? Let's see. I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's just going to cut it in with English.
He hasn't decided yet. Yeah, I think he wants to
He's
just
putting
kill
a lot of left English
I
on
think
it.
he wants to kill the cue ball right there.
Yeah.
Now he's thinking twice about it. This is the key shot. If he executes this shot, this match is over.
I wish I could see how he's cueing the ball if he's spinning it in,
Oh,
if
yeah.
he hits it flatter.
Listen,
and spin it
either
in.
way, he's going to hit it
Always.
with left English. He's using low left. The
Always.
question is, did he hit it hard or soft?
Right. My question was, does he put a lot of spin on it and try to throw it in? Oh, nice. Nice.
Well, that's because he threw it towards the pocket. It
Yep.
turned over into the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why you shoot that shot with that English?
Yes. You get the ball turning over towards the pocket. It's got a much better chance of going in. Remember, he was behind 5-4.
Wow.
Then he put in the afterburners. It's like Jason looked like he was totally in control. He made one mistake, and this is the punishment he got.
So beautiful to watch. Guy plays so good.
Well, in my opinion, you're watching the best pool player in the world right now, this guy.
Well, if he's not the best, he's one of 3.
Yeah, he's right there.
He's right there. He's certainly unbelievably good.
Dennis
Powerful.
Arculio in the hot seat.
Wow. That was a real treat, Jay Helfert.
Hey, Joe.
Getting to watch a guy play like that.
I enjoyed it, buddy.
Both guys. And you know what? Jason Shaw didn't play bad. He plays very good.
Here's the
Just
shot.
Dennis is so
Here's the
good.
shot he slow rolled. He's trying to do it again. He missed it bad that time.
Yeah.
Joe, listen, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break here. Maybe we'll catch another match together a little bit later.
It was fun, Jay. Thank you very much, man. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Bill, who's playing? Rodney and John Mora. All right, coming up next, folks, we got John Mora versus Rodney Morris here on the stream table. But very quickly, I just want to have a quick word with Brian Butler, who took 5th, 6th place against, I'm sorry, 7th, 8th place against losing to John Mora and the final score of 7-1. How did that work out for you? Did you have opportunity in that match?
Well, yeah, I think I had a shot or two. I mean, I won a game, so I must have had a chance to break once, at the very least. But no, I missed a 1 ball, and the next thing you know, the set's over. Except for he miscued on the maybe the 2 in the very last game, but by then I think the match was more or less over, unless I could have done something ridiculous.
I understand. I mean, John really, I think he did keep control of the whole situation there. And you can't really do anything when you're in a chair.
No, he's a good player. He's real precise, and he's very good on these tight pockets. These 2 front tables these here, number 6 and number 1, are tighter even than the tables in the rest of the room.
3 and 7/8.
Yeah, that takes some getting.
You're Canadian, so that would be inches, not centimeters.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know what that is in centimeters. But it looks like millimeters when you're shooting at them.
It does, especially when you're missing them.
Yeah.
Well, you had some pretty good matches too, didn't you, Brian?
Yeah, I had a good tournament. I enjoyed it. I can't remember everybody I played, but there was a lot of them.
That's okay. You'll read all about it on either pobpool.com or back up on AZ Billiards website. So with that, I want to thank you, Brian, for coming out. It's always nice to see you. Last time I saw you was in Mountain View for the West Coast Challenge event. I hope to see you at the Chet Ito, if possible. No?
No, my next one is probably going to be in July for U.S. Open.
For the U.S.
1 pocket, yeah.
U.S. Open 10 ball or 1 pocket. Well, good luck with your matches out there. And thanks for checking in with us. All right, folks, so that's it. We're going to have another match up real soon. And it'll be Rodney Morris versus John Mora, who just defeated Brian Butler here on POV Pool. Stand by, guys, and thanks for watching.